Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. Sometimes life hits you hard. You go through things and begin to wonder, does any of this even count? You worked hard for whatever you have today yesterday. You finally got it, and suddenly it feels like square one again. You want something new. We spend our lives counting everything that can be counted, friends, wealth, possessions, only to forget why we started counting in the first place. When you teach a toddler to count numbers with rhymes and music, they never forget those numbers, even if they sang and didn't recite them. But when that same child grows up and begins to count valuables, they quickly forget why they wanted them, and sometimes even why they're counting at all. We've all become that grown toddler. In our chase to live out our version of success, we forget the little things, the real things that give meaning to the count. But why is that? When I ask you, how do you measure a life well lived? I'm possibly going to hear something like bank balance, job title, the number of cars you own, right? Or the size of your house, the number of degrees framed on your wall, or how many followers double tap your posts. This is what you've been told, that those are the markers of success. That numbers prove your worth. But nobody tells you that before you go naming all these things, you need to understand that this is the sort of a you question that should have a you answer. And here's another uncomfortable truth that you only realize later. You can pile up all the numbers in the world and still feel like nothing inside. Renowned sociologist William Bruce Cameron once said, "Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts." And if you let that sink in, not just as a nice line to repeat, but as a truth to live by, it will change everything about how you see yourself. Think about it. You can count your salary down to the last coin, but can you count your peace of mind? You can count your followers, but can you count how many of them would show up when you're broken? You can count achievements, certificates, promotions, but can you count how much you truly matter to the people who love you? See, that's the trick life plays. You keep chasing what can be counted, forgetting the things that actually count. And that's why so many people who look successful on the outside still feel empty on the inside. The average person you know is depressed, and that's no coincidence. You wish to be in their place, but they wish they didn't have just so much to contend with daily that it robs them of their peace of mind. When you master the art of collecting digits, money, likes, grades, trophies, you forget to nurture the things that give life meaning. You learn how to measure everything, except what really matters. So let's pause and ask the hard question. Why are you so obsessed with proof? Why do you need statistics to feel valuable, or evidence to believe in love, or numbers to prove you matter? Can you measure loyalty in digits? Can you calculate the depth of forgiveness? Can you assign a number to the strength it took you to get out of bed on your darkest days? You can't. And yet, those are the things your soul truly longs for. You don't have all the time in the world. Life isn't infinite. It's short. It's fragile. It's slipping away every single day. And if all you're doing is trying to measure up, trying to keep up with everyone else's scoreboard, you'll miss the moments that actually give those minutes meaning. You'll spend your whole life proving yourself, but never actually being yourself. So stop. Stop living for what looks measurable. Stop letting the system convince you that your worth is tied to digits. Start paying attention to what truly counts. The joy you feel when you're authentic, the peace you find when you're aligned with yourself, the love you give and receive without conditions, the growth no one else sees but you. Because here's the truth. The most important things about you will never show up on paper. They can't be tallied or displayed. They can only be lived. And the moment you stop measuring and start living, you'll finally understand the depth of that quote. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts.